Welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. Hello and welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. This is going to be a very cold video for me, as you can tell, but you're wondering, why does he have a jacket on? It's cold. My heating system's broken. But anyway, it's going to be a good day. This video is actually going to be about behaviour management. That one thing that many trainee teachers, even teachers to this day, are quite worried about, because behaviour with children, and that's all I've got to say. Let's go on to the video. So I went into my placement school. I was in year 1. I went into my placement school and the children are all 5 and 6, and I've never really been around children who are 5 and 6 year olds. Only once for a week when I had to do a preliminary observation, and I was in year 1 for that. So I went into year 1, I was thinking, oh no, I'm here for 5 weeks. I don't know how to do with these children. And I thought, this is going to be fine. They're 5-year-olds. That's going to be easy. I go into year 1 now and it's a total disaster at the beginning. Actually, I'm lying to you. I'm over-exaggerating on it. But it wasn't that bad. But I thought, I'm good at behaviour management, you know. But I wasn't at the beginning. I taught my first lesson and this was very interesting. And I think it was maths I was doing. It was either maths or English, because I taught that quite a lot. So you will get some children who would randomly just get up and walk out. They're like, peace, I'm leaving. Some children would get angry because 1, they don't like maths, or 2, they just didn't want to be there. Then you'll get some children who would do this. They'll be like, yeah, I'm here, I'm paying attention. You'll get some children who really wanted to learn, really wanted to learn. It was time for them to go and do their own tasks to do with math. So when you now let them go, this first time I let them go, it was so funny. They got up like, ah! Oh, they were screaming. I was like, no, stop, sit back down. And they will sit back down. Then you'll get children who went off to do their task, and 1, they wouldn't want to do it, so they would just walk around and play games or throw things. In the classroom, you will get children who would do the task and then rub everything off or get angry. You get children who just outright refuse to do any work. And then you get children who really wanted to but would complain because there's too much loud noise. Way back in my day, when I was in primary school, teachers used to shout, and you could hear them from way, you know, across to another building. You could hear them, and because of that, I've grown up with that. But then I learned when I was a teaching assistant that you can't actually shout. So I had to adopt other ways, and it just didn't work out for me at that moment in time at the beginning. What I adopted, and it worked very well for me, and it changed when I got into year 5 slightly. So I'll tell you about that as well. When I was in year 1. They had a song where you go, who is listening? Then they'll say, I am listening. That is so funny when I say that now, actually. So funny. Then they would stop and I would be, okay, everyone, I'm going to be coming round to see your work soon. So I'm hoping, and that will be the voice, that's the year 1 voice. I'm hoping that by the time I get round, you're doing work, because Mr. Bunt will not be happy. And then they'll get along with work, and that seemed to work quite well. Just the impromptu, when your group is settled, kind of getting up and scanning the classroom, going around, having your teacher present. Just kind of walking around, getting to their level, be like, oh, what's that work that you done? One thing I would do once, if the noise level was going back up again, I'd be like, okay, everyone, I can see people are doing excellent work over there. Well done, amazing work. However, there are some of you that are letting us down. I'm only going to give 3 chances, and then we're not going to be able to have our explore time. That will kind of get them in the mood. And sometimes, children being children, they would forget, and you got to remind them. But the good thing is to also remind the children, tell the children that are doing great work, that they're doing great work and praise them a lot, because it's quite hard being in a classroom of children that don't want to be behaved, but you have a handful of children that do want to, and they unfortunately get grouped into everyone and they get blamed. So that was something I really worked on, and I've been really good at behaviour management throughout every single observation I've done. Just kind of letting the children know your standards as well is vital. Getting them to understand that when you say go do some work, you really do mean it. The worst thing to do, and I mean the absolute worst thing to do, is if they keep persisting, is to be like, ah! Is to scream at them, because you've now lost control. Yes, it's very frustrating. Yes, you want to cry inside. Yes, you just want to be like the Hulk, but inside you just got to have a calm mind and give sanctions. Follow the school's policy. If they do red and yellow cards, follow that policy. The children will know it. They've been there for a couple of years at that point. And if it gets to a point where you just have to be like, well, I'm gonna have to inform the head teacher of your behaviour, even that, doing that is fine. You require a certain respect, whether you're a trainee teacher or you're the actual class teacher. But just please don't ever lose your temper in terms of that respect, because you've now lost them and they now know that they can get to you. That was kind of my year 1. In year 5, I changed it slightly. I had a more sharper tone, but not louder. It was just more sharp. Excuse me, you know I'm teaching at the front. You know the behaviours in the school. Why are we doing that? And it's kind of having that tone. I've noticed that when you kind of look at them and say nothing, it's actually quite interesting. So just... And then they would look at you, and what children tend to do is so funny. They do this and like... And it's so funny to watch. Sometimes you want to laugh, but because you're serious at that moment, you're just staring at them. Then you just go back to your task. You look at them like this. So, and then you get back to your lesson. One good thing I will say, even if you're in Key Stage 1 or Key Stage 2, or wherever you are, I really do think that silence is a great tool. Just say, okay, I'm waiting. And you sit there. And then sometimes I do this, I look at my watch, and I look back up, scan the classroom. It's amazing. My mentor in my first school taught me that. The rule of actually staying silent. Say what you need to say. So, okay, I'm waiting. And you just sit there and wait. You just sit there. When you get up into Key Stage 2, is a bit more, you can have a little bit more fun with it. You can literally just put a number 1 on the board. And that means 1 minute. Then you do another one. That means 2 and 3. And you just keep watching. And that's what I did. And it got, rather than actually saying anything, it got them to pay attention, which is so good. I love doing it. I don't think I can necessarily do it in year 1. I think you're adopting the, I'm waiting for everyone to be like, oh, well done, Child A, for sitting nicely. Well done, Child C, absolutely amazing. I love that, well done. And it gets the children to look at those children and emulate it, and it really does work, especially in lower years, because they want to impress you. They really do. All children want to impress you. So those are my main tips per se, and I'll just reiterate them. 1, silence is key. Silence is amazing. Just state your point and then stay silent and look around. Praise children that are doing a good job. 2, the next one is to not lose your temper. Please don't do it, especially on an observation. It's the worst thing you can actually do, because you're not ticking that standard. You've lost control. Just remain calm and remain persistent. Even if you need to stay silent for 2 minutes, do it. Because then the day you're going to have to tell them, well, this is now, you're now eating into my time, I'm going to have to eat into your time, unfortunately. And if you got to do that, you got to do that, because children need to learn that there's a certain time to listen, there's a certain time to talk. Praise the children that are doing a good job. Please do, because they are trying their best in the midst of children who don't want to try. And they need that motivation. They need to know that you know that they're doing a good job, and they will continue doing it for you. So please do that. But yeah, there are many books on behaviour management. I know that Getting the Buggers to Behave is a really good one. A lot of people get that book. And for me personally, I didn't really need that. I just followed the school's policy, in line with the school's policy, behaviour management, just doing that. And have my own little spin on it, you know, staying silent. Do use the watch bit, trust me. If you use the watch, you just sit there, look at the time, and sit silent, and then put 1 on the board, 2 on the board, you're going to have a great time. It's going to be amazing. Or you could do the next one, and then the last one I will tell you, which I do normally do, is I do 3, I'm waiting in 2, I'm waiting in 1, now who am I waiting for? And you just scan. And you do that kind of like a loud-ish voice, like a classroom voice. 3, I'm waiting in 2, that kind of thing. So that works well, and I always got excellent behaviour management on that. So if you need any more help on behaviour management, anything like that, just comment down below and I'll be sure to reply. And I can let you know of other tips. I have loads. I just do loads because I've just been around a lot of teachers that do different things. So I just kind of pick different things, cut the bad things that I don't like out, and just make it my own. I just try to do it that way, and I haven't failed since. I haven't failed on observation on my behaviour management at all. So, but you are going to have bad days. I never have the most perfect days. It is as it is. So anyway, thank you for actually watching this video, and I hope that it's helped you a little bit. I know it's been all over the place, but teaching's all over the place. There's never a cohesive job. Thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.